Oh, it's closed?
Shit. Maybe. Hold on.
It opens at 11. Well, we're with none other than Mike. Do we call you Mike or Michael?
Maybe say Michael. You know, I don't know. But yeah.
But we're gonna go check out. This is interesting. We're gonna
Yeah.
go see the first. It's your first listing or
Yeah,
your first
yeah.
sale?
First listing, basically. I mean, I started in 2017.
2017.
Yeah. And this was in 2018, my first listing. You know, first house that I had to sell. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. Is that it?
That's the idea.
Beautiful.
Right over here.
Can I drive? No.
We'll see about that a bit later. You wanna?
I gotta drive this car. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Woo! I'm not even flooring it. Let me get a ticket. You pay for it. It's part of the entertainment.
Yeah, and I switched to electric cars. So this is.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Q4.
What was your first car when you started in real estate?
Actually, when I started, I had a Mazda. I think.
Is that something you were thinking about?
Like,
When you said I'm gonna go into real estate, did you think the car's important or not at all?
yeah. You need to have a nice car. When I started, actually, like I was driving my Mazda, and I had a meeting with a client to go for a listing. So I went there, and the house was right in front of my brother's house that I had listed. So I go there, I meet the clients, I come out, and then the next day I follow up with the lady, and she's like, I'm sorry, I gave the listing to someone else. Then my brother was the neighbor. I called my brother. He's like, yeah, I saw this very good looking lady who went in with like a really hot car. I was like, that's it. I'm changing my car. It shows success. Okay, I'm gonna put it if you want. 107. 9 minutes.
Well, we can make it in 2 if you want. We're walking around.
I think they still live here, huh? These guys, my friends.
So did you have? Was it your buyers or there was another broker involved?
With the offer,
When you
I think,
so, yeah.
the offer was with another broker, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't know.
I remember they at the end they're like, no, this is like not the price we wanted. I don't think they sold it. I still know them. We talked.
The buyers?
The sellers.
Oh, the sellers.
The sellers.
So
Yeah.
they ended up buying somewhere else.
No, they didn't move. They stayed there. They didn't accept the offer.
Oh
That's the
my
thing.
God!
Yeah,
I
they
love
didn't accept
that.
the-
There was
yeah.
no transaction.
There was
You
no
learned a
transaction.
lot.
No,
You learned
that's
a lot.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
and that was exactly my big moment there. A good experience, but also you have to kind of maybe filter your clients. So now
What do
when
you
I
filter?
now when I have like a client that I see that their expectations are higher than
Oh,
what
okay.
I can get for them, you gotta kind of choose your clients too.
Okay, so I'm a new broker.
Yeah.
I'm starting. How do I go get some business? Now that
I
you've
guess-
been doing this for 8 years,
Yeah.
what do you suggest I
think
do?
what everybody says is that contact your network. I would let them know that I'm a broker now, that I can assist them, because you always have a good network of people that who know you. You already have a connection with, and there's for sure somebody who wants to buy or sell. So and they say every person has at least about 200, 250 people in the smallest network that you have.
And doesn't everybody need a roof in
Yeah,
residential?
yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to, honestly, right now, like whenever I step into a party or something, I have like 10 people around me who ask me questions. They're like, because everybody has a house or condo they want to buy or they want to sell or they want to relocate. So, and it's crazy, but like they have all these questions. So if you start calling, that's I guess basics. I mean, we all know the other stuff, like mining and this and that, but I think the basics would be, because that's how I got my first businesses. Your network.
The network. So now, fast forward, I'm an experienced broker. I'm like you. I'm 8 years in. Let's say. What are other ways on top of the network? What are you doing now? I see you a lot on social media.
That's exactly what I did last year. Another thing, again, 2022, I had a very successful year. I got the award, President's Award,
President's goal.
gold. Yeah, and I was actually very close to get the next one actually, but it was really
This
good.
year.
Yeah, this for sure. I think I'm past that. So 2022 was a good year. 2023 was a tough market.
It was a tough for everybody.
Tough for
the economy,
everybody.
generally
Yeah,
speaking.
it was high interest rates. So I started thinking. I'm like, okay, I was relying on my network and word of mouth, and I was giving excellent service, so people would. But I had to step up my game, you know. And I'm like, okay, let's start advertising. So I focused on social media.
But you mean advertising in a paid way, or just organic social? Just creating more content on social.
Everything,
Or
everything.
you have paid ad.
Yeah.
When you say paid ad, just to be clear, because I want everybody to know.
Yeah.
Are you talking about traditional stuff or
No,
like
no.
newspapers? or something?
No.
Social.
Creating videos, social media, Instagram. Because it's crazy. You can get tons of views on Instagram with a nice video. And I did for my duplex, I created something like nice and fun. It was me hammering down the sign and then throwing the hammer at the camera guy. It was really funny.
You want to try that?
Yeah, we
Throwing
can.
hammers
Yeah. Do we have a hammer? It was really fun. And he had a headache from it, but we got views. I got like, let's say like 30K, like 30,000 views.
30,000 views.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really good. I had another one that I did different videos.
You're measuring the return on that in the sense of out of the content you create,
Yeah.
you did get or you're getting buyers or sellers
Yeah,
from it?
I get people started to see me more often, and I get calls from people. I got called from a guy who was a friend of my father. He was saying, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were doing
great.
that great," you know. And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Yeah, I saw your videos and this. I have a chalet for sale. Come and see it," you know. And it was like multi-million-dollar like chalet that I went to see him. And it was funny because he knows me and he knows my father, and then he calls. He's like, "Oh, I just saw that you were so successful and this and that." And it was amazing. A lot of people, same thing happened. And I focused a lot on the community. I'm sponsoring different events. I was sponsoring another event last week.
So let's talk about that, because you're always. I noticed from all brokers that you do
Yeah.
a lot of events. Meaning
Yeah.
you did the Salon de l'Habitation.
Yeah, Salon de l'Habitation.
On the weekend.
Yeah,
You invited
yeah.
me last minute though. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
At midnight, I got the invitation
Yeah.
for the next day.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what was that event for?
That was another event. It was in one of the top carpet stores, Lalonde. They have 5 different stores. I know the owner. We had a talk. We had a nice event about art, interior design, fashion.
Okay.
Like a fashion show.
So where does that come from? So so let's just recap here again. So you're saying network is the way to get easy business because people know you.
Yeah.
Second to that would be using social media.
Social media, creating content, marketing.
Third would be the event stuff.
The events, yeah.
Because if I have to use 3 things to describe you, those are the 3 things that I would use.
Yeah.
That stand
for sure.
out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Is there anything else that you do to get business that's maybe
This is
a major component, or maybe not? Or
these are the
those
things.
would be the
These
three
are the
main?
things. Online presence. I make sure all my online presence is good. All the information is there. But again, like let's say for the event, for the Salon d'Habitation, it was actually 40,000 people. You know, and I met just a guy. We randomly talked. I had chocolates. He grabs the chocolate. He walks away. Then I'm like, by the way, I had checks for buyers. I'm like, by the way, I have a check for you.
What do you mean the check for?
I had $1,000,
Like
$1,500 check for
Rebate.
buyers. No, I covered their, let's say, notary or expense.
Okay.
So I'm like, by the way, I have this check for you. He looks at me. He's like, okay. Okay. Maybe I give you my business. Actually, he comes back and we start talking. And he has a house for sale. We're working on it. But I got clients from there.
So that event cost you maybe a few $1,000s, I guess, but you're
Close
going to
to,
recoup
yeah,
more than that. You're going to probably make 10 plus.
almost 10K. But if I get 2-3 clients out of
There
it,
you go.
it's paid off,
Yeah.
and it's advertising. And plus, I invited my own clients there, people that I was working
So
with.
it gave you an opportunity to reach back out to do
Exactly.
nurturing of your
Exactly.
database.
Yeah. This event, it was funny. I had one of my clients that we just closed a house for. He just bought the house, and we had the inspection. And on that day, we were working on the inspection on my event day, and he was there. We were having wine, we're discussing, and we closed it. We got that past that. And I had another client that I had bought a condo for, and I invited someone that I just met yesterday, and he's selling and buying with me. So I had like 3 generations of clients, and I'm like, you know what? Here's two other clients.
Yeah, it's perfect.
One thing that like really helped me to become successful. Well, two major things basically. So one was that that's what a lot of like good brokers say too. I read a few books. Serhant, he was saying you always have to work for the deal, you know, and just make sure that you're closing the deal no matter what. You don't get emotional in the process.
Yeah.
So no matter what, there's negotiations, this, that, you always try to focus and get the deal done.
So to detach yourself from the outcome.
Exactly.
Which
Don't
is
get
easier said than
emotional.
done, but yes.
Exactly. You don't get emotional. You don't get involved emotionally in there, and you just do your job, which is make sure you sell. And that's one thing. And another thing that's very important is the support of your team. So let's say yesterday I was on the phone with Gabriel. I call him whenever I have a problem. I call him. I'm like, I have this problem.
So
Before,
Gabriel is one of my directors. Just to
yeah,
clarify.
yeah, Gabriel, yeah. And before, and he's like, I called him. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're very happy to hear my voice because whenever I have problem, I call him and we discuss it, and it helps me not to make mistakes because you want to avoid making any mistakes. Remember, we had one case, we went
Yes.
to the court, and I didn't get paid for the commission. So these are things that you need. You need that support from your team, from your agency, to make sure you're always focused, you're not making any mistakes, and you double check, and you just move forward.
Yeah.
Close the deals.
Very important. Absolutely.
Yeah. Good.
Maybe you can ask Etienne, like, what do you think is the main struggle of
Other brokers, yeah.
nowadays?
Okay.
It was something we were discussing yesterday.
So yeah. Oh, another thing is also that was very important for me. It was having a mentor, having business coach, and so on. And I had that. I always had a business coach and mentor, and we always talk too. I always ask you questions. And for you, what do you think would help brokers to become successful? What do you think is one of the most important things?
I think the easiest thing, the easiest thing to do is to study someone that you admire or aspire to
Exactly.
be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look at their profile, you look at the business they do,
Yeah.
and then you'll see trends and patterns. And I think you should reach out. I think
Yeah.
that successful people, generally speaking, are very open to discuss how they got to where they are.
Yeah.
And they'll gladly share with you
Yeah.
tips, tricks, things to not do or to do to
Yeah.
speed up that process. I think that any successful person has or had someone that they could speak to, exchange ideas. You mentioned that just now, but I do that too with people in businesses or business positions that
Yeah.
have accomplished more than me,
Yeah.
so that I can bounce ideas. I can get they went through similar situations.
For sure.
So if
Yeah.
you're a broker speaking to someone like yourself that's gone through 8 years,
Yeah.
that's gone through probably the same hardships, the same
Sure, yeah.
challenges they
Yeah.
will go through.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. You don't have to start from zero to the top broker
For
of
sure.
the world.
For sure.
You can go to, okay, well, you've achieved X amount of success. I'm at 0. How can I get to that space first and then
Yeah.
keep on going? If you stop learning,
Yeah, that's
what
it.
happens?
Yeah, that's it.
You start
Yeah.
stagnating. You're dead. Your business is gonna eventually disappear.
Again, I think also for new brokers, that's what when I wanted to start, I was like, I need, because I don't have experience, I don't have a name, and I need a good brand, I need a good team behind me. That's why I chose Heritage. And it was the right move because, it gave me the support I needed right there, and it helped me, led me to success. So that's very important. And then afterwards you got to keep learning,
Yeah.
call
Watch yourself.
consulting. Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you for sharing with everybody today.
Thank you
It's
for
great.
having me.
We need
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
more
yeah.
of this.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
hopefully, if this house goes back on the market, you're the guy that's gonna get.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's good. I've got to a point that I'm so busy that I can choose, like, I can choose my clients, and it's a good problem to have,
It's a very
because
good
you have
problem.
this much time. You're like, I have to pick it. I have to choose your clients, which is like, yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again.
Yeah, I'm
Really
listing
appreciate
a
it.
very nice building.
He's pitching.
6.
He's pitching already.
You have a house for sale, call me.
By the time it's we edit this, it's gonna be sold. I gotta get this jacket off, man. I'm too
If
hot.
you want to take it off, that's why I didn't go with jacket.